Erne must be over the moon with that.
Over the moon is a bit exaggerated, but of course we are really happy. Especially because after an hour we were 2-1 down. Maybe that wasn't a reflection of how the first hour went, because I think we dominated the whole game, which is not that easy. Maybe you think, he played a number 20, this is what we expect. But I've seen many games of Southampton that they were dominating the game. But in the end, if you're 2-1 down after an hour, you are maybe over the moon if you win it with 3-2.
Any more?
What about Mo? I mean, obviously he's a big player, big moments, and then again.
Yeah, we always know we can trust on him if things are difficult for us, because after we went 2-1 down, I didn't really felt that was the moment we should score, and then out of a fantastic pass from Ryan Gravenberg though, but timing of the run and the way Mo finished it was special, and that I think that helped us really back into the game. Of course, it's normal if you score a 2-2, it helps you back in the game, but we needed that goal maybe to play the last 25 minutes that we played, because for me then it was a matter of time before we scored a goal. In the first hour we dominated possession without really creating that much. In the last half hour we were dominating, or last 25 minutes we were dominating with creating some chances.
Southampton started Paul Onuachu for the first time, and obviously he has a big presence, and a few other changes, Flynn Downs coming into defence. Did that surprise you, and did you have to adapt to their changes?
No, I think what I do as a manager is I want to know their style of play, and sometimes it makes a bit of a difference if a number 9 is high and tall or fast or slow, or so it makes a bit of a difference. But I don't think they've changed their playing style, not in the way they lined up 5-4-1, and also not in the way they like to play, because the first goal we scored was from them trying to bring the ball out from the back, which didn't happen a lot for them today, and that did happen a lot in other games, because I've showed the players yesterday how many times Southampton can play through a press. But today I think that part of our game was quite good, that we were really aggressive without the ball.
Was that hard work when you wanted it to be ahead of the visit of Real Madrid? It's very hard for English teams to do well in Europe, because there's no team in the Premier League that doesn't cause a problem.
Yeah, that is a difference. I agree with you that this league asks a lot from every player every weekend, and if you then play in Europe, that's not always easy. There are only a few teams in England have shown that they can do this, and Liverpool has shown it in the past for many seasons. Last 2 years that has been more difficult. But that's also why teams in England have such a big squad, because we top clubs have quite a lot of money. We can also make a bigger squad than maybe some other teams in other countries. So, and that's also what we need. You saw it today again. The 3 players that came in really had an impact on the game, and that is also what we need in this league.
Are they 8 points clear, and only twice in Premier League history has a club that's won 10 of its first 12 games not gone on to win the title? What do you do to temper the expectation that it's now a cakewalk for you? Because I know it's early days, but it's a very healthy advantage after only 12 games.
No, definitely, but we also know what we have to put into it to get this lead that we have at the moment and to get these wins. So, and I only have to show when the players feel that. I think there were maybe 1 or 2 games for us that were wins by a big margin, but the rest of them were all by small margins. So we know how difficult it is to win a game, and these players have been longer in the Premier League than I've been. But I think it was last season, even later on in the season, that Arsenal led by 8 points and City came back. So you know, if you face Arsenal, City, Chelsea and all these other teams, that Tottenham was great yesterday as well. They're all able to win so many games in a row. So it's nice to have this position, but we are definitely not get carried away.
Charlie, you've been very complimentary about Southampton. I was just wondering if you've spoken to the manager, Russell Martin, at all today.
Not more than I speak to every other manager. So you shake hands before the game, after the game, and what was a bit unlucky for them, I think, is normally they play, in my opinion, even much better, and they create much more chances and hardly score. Today they only created 2 chances, which the first one wasn't even a chance, and scored 2. They maybe could have did this the opposite way, then they would have had more points. Because in other games they played through the press of other teams so many times, but then they were not effective enough. Is that effective, the word you use? But today they were really effective, because I think they arrived 2 times, with the first one not even being a chance maybe, and the second one from our set piece. So if they can combine these 2 things, so the style of play they have for all the other games, combined with the effectiveness they had today, then I'm sure they will bring in a lot of points in the future.
Can we just check, do you have any complaints about the penalty that was given for you? And certainly none about the one that was given for you, but the one that was given against you in the first half, it looked very, very tight.
Yeah,
What was your view on it?
Now, in general, sometimes you can also have a bit of, could have made a different decision or not, but for me, with the offside and deciding if a ball is inside or outside, that is just black or white. Yeah. So, and it was a foul, that was clear. So if they saw that it was inside, yeah, then it's a penalty. So sometimes with a knock, yes or no, or a red card, yes or no. There was also an incident in the first half where you could argue if that's a red card, yes or no. Those things you can argue, but offside and inside or out the 18-yard box is something you cannot argue. But it was a small margin, like the whole season of us.